Everyone has a story. Stories have power. They help us understand each other. This is Jessop's Journal. Montana, it's time to sign into Jessop's Journal.
Sweet.
Hi, I'm Doug Jessop. Welcome to this episode of Jessop's Journal, taped right here at the Metro Music Hall. With me today is Montana Smith.
How's it going?
Excellent. So Montana has got this really cool band by the name of?
Cinders.
Cinders, okay. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But, you know, we did the social distancing coming in, wearing the masks and everything. So first, you know, let's do the hand sanitizing with the folks from Five Wise Hand Sanitizer. And yeah, they do make adult beverages, just saying. And then, of course, Spry. These are the guys that make my moisturizing spray. And I'm pretty sure that Montana could use some of the moisturizing spray because I loved his music, watched online and everything. I'm going, oh man, I got to get this guy on. So I did invite you to come back and do a 3-song set for Jessop's Journal. You're going to be able to see that. So the name Montana, were you born, conceived, lived? What was the Montana connection?
Well, my dad was raised up in Montana,
Okay.
and I kind of avoided my entire life asking the question of if I was conceived or not, until very recently, and I was.
Now, are your parents still alive?
My dad passed away when I was younger, but my mom is, yeah.
Oh, really? Wow. So how old were you when your dad passed?
9 years old.
Whoa. Sorry to hear about that. But,
All right.
you know, I guess the question I have is, as a musical artist, number one, I love your music, but I also noticed that you do something different. You write your own music.
Yeah, all three of us.
I got to think that losing a parent at a young age has got to have some kind of impact on your music.
It does, and I've written a couple songs about that, but I think it's more so for myself, where I've kept that, hasn't quite made the recording full band scale type stuff like our other songs do.
Okay.
But maybe one day it'll come out.
Yeah. So what kind of music genre do you put yourself into?
Alternative, to call it easy, but people joke around about mom-approved rock.
Okay.
We just play fun stuff that we like to be up on stage playing with people, so it's just, it's whatever the song we're currently writing is.
I like that answer. Well, I got to tell you, and my kids give me a hard time because I'm an older guy, yet my go-to radio station is X96. So
Love it.
X96 guys, you need to be playing Cinders music. Just saying, okay, just saying. So when did you start getting into music?
My family's always been musical, but I personally started getting into it to the point where I actually enjoyed it rather than you have to play piano, you know?
Yeah.
Probably when I was about 12, 13 or so.
Okay.
I saw my brother performing at his wedding, just a simple acoustic song for his wife. And the idea of performing in front of people, playing guitar, kind of struck a chord with me, so I started learning at that point.
It didn't scare the crap out of you. You actually said, yeah, I want to do this?
Oh, I was jealous. I was looking at
Really?
him, I was like, I want to be right there.
Okay, so was guitar the first musical instrument you learned, or?
Well, other than piano, I did, basic first year type stuff on piano, but yeah, guitar is the first real instrument that I really got into.
Do you remember the first song that you wrote?
You're gonna make me talk about it, aren't you?
Oh yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah, it was a really bad song that I actually recorded with my uncle, and it was about a girl, of course, right?
Yeah.
And I made this really, at the time, I thought it was profound analogy about how I can't stop falling for this girl because she's like a slide. You can't stop falling. That's about the extent of it.
Okay, and what was the name of this
Can't
song?
Stop Falling for You.
Well, no, okay, I love the title, That's
I think I was
pretty
about
good.
14, so.
Oh, wow. So
That one's never coming out of
No,
the
oh, come on.
lockbox.
You think we can maybe pay off your uncle? Yeah, I just said. So now, I admit I loved your music so much
Thank
that
you.
we had you come back and do this Jessop's Jukebox thing.
Yeah.
And I had you record 3 songs for us. And so I kind of want to, if you don't mind, I want to kind of go through each one of those.
Okay.
So the first song your publicist sent me this video, okay, and I don't even think that it's come out. And I'm going, okay, now this is kind of cool. And it's a stop motion video and everything. So what was that song called, or is that song called?
Growing Up.
Growing Up.
Yeah.
Something that I'm not sure most of us want to do, but apparently you sometimes, you kind of have to.
When you're a kid, you want to.
Yeah, and then when you're older, you go,
Yeah.
because I've told my kids, you know, that I am mentally 38 years old.
Yeah.
And apparently my
You're not 38?
I think so, but I've told my oldest son, who is now 38, that he's apparently my age.
Nice.
So, it's like, so how did that song come to be?
The three of us are in a job/career where we are excited about the fact that we don't have to grow up, right?
Okay.
We spend nights sleeping on hotel floors, traveling in a van, sleeping on the floor of the van, lots of floors. But then we get to different cities and get to play fun shows, hang out with people. You know, it's not your typical sit at a desk type of a job. So we love it. We wanted to write a song about the struggles of being forced to grow up when you don't want to.
That's pretty profound. Now, tell me a little bit more about the other guys in your band.
Yeah, so there's three of us. Drummer is Brad, and the bassist is Adrian, and they both do way more than just that. They both help write with lyrics. Adrian always comes in, hey, I've got a new chord progression idea, and a month later we have an entire song based off of it. I love the setup that we have right now. The writing flows really well with us.
How did you come up with the name Cinders?
I wish I had a cooler story for you.
Okay.
We actually used to make up stories every once in a while, but then people would be confused, and so it was a song back in high school I was a part of, and it was a cool name, horrible song, and so we thought it would work well as a band name.
Were you older than 14, and was it about that same girl?
No, definitely not that same.
Okay, just saying. And I like the play that you guys have off each other. I can tell that, you know, because I've seen other bands, and you know, a lot of the time, you know, you just kind of bring different people in, but to me, the chemistry has got to really work.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you guys are in vans and on floors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I ask this of every single musician, and I know the answer is already, it depends, okay? But with, for example, you know, this song, you know, that has this new music video, did the music or the lyrics come first?
Music came first on that one.
Really?
It was typically it's very back and forth. Music came first. Came up with that first melody, the bottom part, and lyrics came after, and then music came after that. Then you know, it kind of stacks on top of each other until the song's done.
So Montana, there is this cool little opening riff with the little lyrics at the start of that song. So let's hear it.
You said that it was stuck in your head after that.
Well, that is true. You know, it's just like
it's the ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. That part?
Yeah. What does it mean to you to hear the audience singing your lyrics back to you?
Oh, it's incredible. We've sometimes played shows where we release a song before we've had a chance to even play it.
Oh yeah?
And then we go out there and people are already singing it, and it's honestly the greatest feeling ever.
Oh yeah, because I'm just going, because I just think that little vibe that in my old radio days we would call it the hook.
The hook.
The hook, okay?
Still called the hook.
I love the hook on that one, and it's going, okay, yeah, I think I wouldn't be too surprised to see that. The next song that you sang, apparently you guys, I don't know how you're pulling this off, but you know, music videos with Cinders is like, you're a notch above.
Trying.
And somehow you got hooked up with this guy that was on How I Met Your Mother, and he's directing it. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How did that happen?
He actually tweeted about us like 5 years ago when we were very first releasing stuff. And he tweets, "Song of the day, Cinders," you know. And we were all just freaking out over just a simple little tweet that seemed generic, you know. Our manager, when we were trying to come up with some music video stuff, he reached out as kind of just like a, why not? Might as well. And he reached back, he's like, yeah, let's do it. It's as simple as that. There was no like, you know, talk to this person to talk to this person. It wasn't. It was literally just, hey, do you want to do this? Yeah.
So what's that song called?
That one's Afternoon.
Okay, tell me what afternoon means, and don't say between 1 and 4 in the afternoon. Okay?
Yeah, you made that joke.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, you know.
The lyrics on the chorus are just like the afternoon. I'm brighter now, but I understand the gloom that comes with the setting sun. Sounds very moody when you say it out loud, but when you sing it, it sounds better.
Yeah, well.
No, but it's very much about feeling stuck in a situation that can also bring you happiness, and understanding that finding positive out of those times is still important.
Yeah.
So that you don't, you know, sometimes you aren't in the moment enough during a time in your life, and you regret not being there as much as you could have.
Was it a group effort, or what? How did that one come together?
I mean, it's definitely a group effort on the lyrics. There was a lot of back and forth on that type of stuff.
Okay.
What I love about writing is that it can impact you at different times. Even songs that I wrote like 5 years ago impact me more now than when I was writing them. You know what I mean?
Really? Okay. So Josh Radner tweets about you 5 years ago. Do you remember what in the world song he was tweeting about?
Last year's winter. It was one of our first songs that we released. That one was recorded in a bedroom with nothing other than, hey, we want to really put a song out there. You know, so we were writing the song, recorded it in a bedroom, and had no plan on how to release it. We just said, hey, new song's up, type of a thing, you know. So, but yeah, that one's it's interesting. It's kind of a similar idea as lyrically as Afternoon, where it's talking about. It has a line that's the past and present should meet up soon, and feeling nostalgic about that, and so kind of similar vibes, which is interesting. I think that's why he was excited about doing the music video for it, because he liked the mood that the song had, as well as the lyrics that matched it.
Well, and that's the other thing that I did notice. I mean, because, you know, the first song with the ba-ba-da-ba-ba, you know, I mean, that's a hoppy little song, you know, okay? And some of these other ones are a little bit more, for lack of a better term, deep, you know? And one of the things that I do like about music is the fact that it can portray emotion so much, and that everybody kind of sees it a little differently.
Totally.
So the third song that you performed was?
Eyes Half Open.
Eyes Half Open. Okay. I've got some little, you know, advice that I've given people, you know, that are dating and everything. It says, okay, you know, when you are starting to date, you have your eyes fully open. And then once you commit, you close them, or you close one eye so that, you know, so you avoid the things. But that's not quite the message of your song. What is the, for lack of a term, better, deeper meaning for that song?
When you're in situations that maybe you shouldn't be in, sometimes it's better to tell yourself that the negative parts aren't there, and to kind of turn a blind eye to it, you know? Yeah, I mean, the first line is, when you wake up and it's hard to see, find your way with your eyes half open. And so it's kind of talking about how certain situations can lock you in, and you make yourself feel better by avoiding the hard parts.
You're a pretty young guy, and you have some pretty deep lyrics. And so I love...
It helps that all three of us kind of add to it.
And now, we've all been experiencing an interesting thing in life lately.
Yeah.
This fun little COVID stuff. How has that impacted you and the music industry as a whole?
Just about in every way. We were planning on heading down to South by Southwest in Texas, right when everything hit, and it was like a week before we went down when everything shut down last year. And so the entire writing of this album has been weird, because it has been like, at some point we want to release the album, but we don't want to release it and not be able to play shows with it. We want to be able to go and see people and play those songs. And so it's been a weird aspect of writing an album with no set plan, other than, down the road, hopefully.
And you didn't record it in your bedroom?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, we're a little farther than that now.
Okay, I got to think you've got this vision, okay, of saying, it'd be really cool if we went to this particular dream destination, okay? If you could perform anywhere in the world, what would be the pinnacle for Montana Smith?
If you asked me a couple years ago, it would have been like another country or continent like Europe. But it was really fun last year. We played in England. That was a ton of fun. But now, as far as just venues, I've always loved Red Rocks.
Oh, yeah.
My wife and I went there about a year or two ago, and it's a lot bigger when you're there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, the massive face of the Red Rock on the side. So either that or Madison Square Garden, just because
Yeah, because
you can't
because
top
it's
that.
Madison Square Garden. Yeah, exactly. Wow.
So-
Well, let's put it this way, okay? I want you to promise me that when you make it to Madison Square Garden,
We'll remember Doug.
you remember Doug and you save me some tickets.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay, and Fred too, our photographer.
Perfect.
Just
We'll do.
okay.
Appreciate it.
Well, Rustico is the guys that make my journal, and I can't have Jessop's Journal without a journal. And they have a really cool hashtag.
Okay.
It says, "Leave your mark." Montana Smith, how do you want to leave your mark?
I think the biggest thing that we as a group enjoy most is bringing people together. Whether it's together in the fact that they don't feel as alone as they used to, or literally like at a show, bringing people together. One of my favorite things is seeing fans interact with each other. A fan from Seattle is tweeting at a fan from New York, and they're going back and forth, and I love seeing that because that wouldn't exist without us, and the opportunity to have that is pretty cool.
I think a lot of that is because some of your lyrics and everything are so universal. The idea of, I got to grow up, but I don't want to grow up.
Yeah.
Or, the facts are that, all good things must come to an end, or, it's okay to take care of yourself and such. So I want to thank you so much for coming on Jessop's Journal. And a couple other people that we want to thank. We've got the Five Wise hand sanitizing. And yes, they do make adult beverages. Clear, they make my moisturizing spray, but here's a weird one for you, Montana. Okay,
I'm not going to try that one.
You think about washing your hands and everything, but have you thought about washing your nose? Clear nasal spray. It's really, really good to keep all that nasty stuff up from getting up there. Of course, Rustico, and then there's Taylor Cooperative and JW Custom Hats. Here's the thing that I want people to remember. Everyone has a story. They help us understand each other. With another entry into Jessop's Journal and Montana Smith, I'm Doug Jessop, ABC4 News.